go. Hey, everybody of the people of the internet. Welcome back to the Dugtrio podcast discussion of the Castlevania series. And of course, joining me.
Is Mr. Game Guy, the uploader of this series, who could probably do a better job, but no one's perfect. And
and
Ghostman here.
And from where we left off, we just finished the conversation of Castlevania Lament of Innocence, released in 2003. So the next game we will be covering is the 2005 release of Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, yet another handheld Castlevania game that was inspired. The Symphony of the Night game, Dawn of Sorrow, released in the DS, which I believe I don't think it was was it the first Castlevania? I believe.
I can look it up for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if we, if we covered another DS game base. Let me see here real quick. Yeah, it is the first. Yeah, this is the first. So pretty much Nintendo transitioned from the Game Boys to Nintendo DS's, which is a handheld. Pretty much has two screens, one on the top, which is pretty much the play screen, and at the bottom screen is pretty much the touch screen. So many of the games in the DS required you to use the touchpad pretty much. So yeah, but
Good.
But pretty much the plot of Dawn of Sorrow pretty much is another spin-off. Pretty much this one's setting actually in future. Yes, the future.
Ooh.
I believe 2034 was it? I'm really not sure, but it pretty much stars a new character by the name of Soma Cruz, who is a reincarnation of Dracula, and also has Mina Hakuba, which is the daughter of the priest of the Hakuba Shrine, who supports him, Soma, in his quest. And Genia Aricado, I'm sorry if I pronounce these names wrong, a mysterious government agent dealing primarily with the supernatural, and Julius Belmont, the latest member of the Belmont clan and stuff, and Yuku Belnines, who is a witch who is in the service of the Roman Catholic Church, and Hammer, a vendor of military material who retains a large information network. So yeah, so this pretty much are characters who pretty much after the events of Aria Sorrow, where Dracula's castle is vanished into a solar eclipse, Dracula's castle is actually respawns in Mount Fuji in Japan. So now Japan's got to deal with Dracula and got coded by the AVGN.
That's the... Oh, wow. Sorry. Dracula. I mean, there are a few things in the world that you are ready for, and Godzilla is just not one of them. Godzilla is not one of them.
But yeah, Ghostman, I think have you played this game before? 'Cause I'm pretty sure you mentioned it before.
Huh? What
Have
game?
you ever, Dawn of Sorrow?
Oh yeah, great. Probably like my favorite Castlevania games. It's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think the game's gameplay is nice. I think it improves a lot upon Symphony of the Night. And what I really like about it is that the whole weapon system is like it's more how should I say, simple, and you play it through, it's like a Metroidvania type game. So but the story is really interesting. Like the story is goes like this. So basically one of your friends, this girl, gets hypnotized and she falls asleep, and then you find out that there's a world of vampires and stuff, and then you get these powers and stuff of like a vampire, and you're supposed to help this person out and to defeat these evil overlords that are taking over the castle, and you need to defeat Dracula again, basically. The game is really interesting. It's a different narrative compared to other Castlevania games, but all in all, it's a pretty great game. I highly recommend anybody to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I never played this game. I honestly didn't realize that Konami had made Castlevania DS games, so I can't really say much about it and stuff because I think like around what year did it come out again? Oh yeah, 2005. Because around that time, I think I was more 2005 through like 2010 or like after or graduation was a very interesting couple of years for me pretty much. So I mean, the only games that I did play around those times were pretty much like first-person shooters and sports games and stuff. So other times, well, yeah, I don't want to go too personal because it's not relevant to what we're talking about. But yeah, but I mean, from what I've heard, Dawn of Sorrow is actually probably one of the more better Castlevania handheld games. So I one of these days probably because I do still have my DS, and probably I'll eventually up whenever I do find it on retro stores or GameStop that they still sell like those retro DS games on a little like box pretty much. So yeah. But other than that, after that, another game in 2005 had came out, which is Castlevania Curse of Darkness. Now, Curse of Darkness follows a character by the name of Hector. And pretty much, for those who know Castlevania, Hector was the one that betrayed Dracula back in Castlevania 3. So this one takes place literally after Castlevania 3 pretty much. So Hector is pretty much a forge master who pretty much, with his skills pretty much, like help Dracula make all his creatures that you would face off in Dracula's curse and stuff. And along with it, he was along with his friend Isaac, who is pretty much another forge master as well, doing the same thing and stuff. So pretty much this one focuses more on Hector and Isaac and everything. So you pretty much play Hector, and you soon learn, after he betrayed Dracula, Isaac just hates Hector for his actions and everything. So Isaac is pretty much the main villain of the whole story. Now I've heard about this game, but I have not played it, so I can't really say much about it, but I do know the story well. So yeah. But have you ever played this game, Ghostman?
Which one?
Curse of Darkness.
Curse of Darkness. Let me see real quick.
It's the one with Hector and Isaac.
Isn't that the one where you jump through paintings and you enter
No,
painting worlds?
actually, I haven't. This game looks kind of interesting. It looks like a 3D type game. No, I've never played Curse of Darkness.
Alrighty then. Well, that's pretty much what I just wanted to talk about, story-wise. So, yeah.
Looks like a fun game I could play though.
Yeah, it really is, and I see myself playing this game, but again, we never played it, so there's not much to go. But anyway, moving on. So pretty much, with the success of Dawn of Sorrow, Konami had yet, pretty much, a lot of people were interested in these DS Castlevania games. So then we get in 2006 is Castlevania Portrait of Ruin.
Oh, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. Portrait of Ruin is actually story-wise, he introduces Jonathan, which, if you may be familiar, is the son of John Morris from Castlevania Bloodlines.
Ooh.
Being the son of Quincy Morris, the Dracula novel, pretty much. Jonathan Morris, joins along with Charlotte Olin, I don't remember. But Jonathan Morris was very interesting because a lot of these games, you would use a whip. Jonathan Morris can't fully use the vampire killer because, there's only the chosen ones of the Belmont family can. So I do remember there's this one level pretty much being that I guess Jonathan goes like a challenge pretty much, and he fakes off like just these other people and monsters. And what's also crazy is that one of them is actually Richter Belmont, which is, I literally flipped out when I saw Richter. I'm like, holy shit. And then you could hear Divine Bloodlines, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, it was so epic. Oh man. This game goes, man.
What game again? My bad.
Portrait of Ruin.
Never played it.
I can hear you. What?
These are... I've never played Portrait of Ruin. I've heard of it, but I've really haven't played it.
Oh, okay. Your thoughts? Played it. It seemed like you were.
I've heard of it. I've heard some people talk about it though, but that's the only one I've seen I think I've seen a whole minute's worth of footage though, but that was about it. And if you're curious where I saw it from, it was from Irate Gamer video. So
wait, Irate Gamer?
Is this a game related to Richter? What?
Wait,
is this a game related to Richter by chance? Portrait of Ruin?
Yeah.
I'm looking at some gameplay right now. Oh, it's on the DS. Interesting.
Yeah. So Jonathan Morris being the son of John Morris from Castlevania Bloodlines and stuff. So yeah, but yeah. Since I really never played. Again, I never played any of the DS or portable Castlevania games. So I can't really talk much about it. So yeah, we're just pretty much going through here because we do have a gameplay and a very interesting story. But anyway, after that, we're just gonna kind of blow through this. So 2007, they released which was Castlevania Shadows, which was a mobile platform. So I can't really say much about that because I've never heard about that game. But the next one, which was released in 2007, was actually Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles, which came out in the PSP. Now this one is actually a remastered version of Rondo of Blood, which pretty much, back in the PSP they did one of Mega Man X called Maverick Hunter X, pretty much. So it was fitting for PSP to let Konami know, hey, Capcom did this, why don't you guys try it out? And they did, which is pretty much Dracula X Chronicles, which is pretty much a 3D remastered version of Rondo of Blood. So again, same plot, just that the characters look very different it had some voice acting and everything. So yeah, but other than that, I've never played the game. And it's those games that maybe I will pick up, which I've heard along with Dracula X Chronicles, there's you also unlock the Rondo of Blood PSP version, which is pretty interesting. So, yeah, and I do believe it also had Symphony, so I really don't remember. But anyway, 2008 we got another DS game, which is Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. Sorry if I pronounce his name. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong.
No problem.
But I do believe. Huh?
Oh, I just said no problems.
Oh, okay. But I do believe that this game is actually the last DS game. Pretty much takes place after Symphony of the Night. So it's literally right after it. So again, this is a spin-off and stuff. And then this one actually focuses on a... this actually... right after... and... So I'm going through the plot right now. So yeah, I mentioned that it's 1800s, right after the era of Richter Belmont, as the Belmont clan had vanished. By the time, several organizations have created research countermeasures against Dracula and his eventual return. Among these organizations, the most promising Excelia created a triad of magical space named Dominus, Shinoya is the member chosen by the Order's leaders as the human vessel of the Dominus. As the ritual begins, the Dominus gift, anger, hatred, agony are stolen by Shinoya's and Shinoya loses her emotion. She goes to retrieve them, unaware of his true intentions. So yeah, that's pretty much the plot of it. Never played it, so I guess, have you guys played it?
Nope.
Nope. You, Ghostman?
What game again? Oh, was it like...
Order of Excelia? Excelia?
I've never played it too.
But yeah. But anyway, move on. So in 2009, we get a pretty much a game from the Wii, WiiWare. WiiWare?
Yeah.
Yeah, WiiWare. And it's called Castlevania Adventure Rebirth, which is pretty much, I mean, so the adventure consists, hold on. So this is pretty much like, you know, a remastered version of the Castlevania series. So yeah, so you know, and it anyway.
Well,
but I meant,
are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I never played this game, so I mean, have you guys heard about it or anything?
I heard of it, yes, though, and I hear that that was at a time though when Konami was making these kind of rebirth games to a lot of their franchises, like Contra. But I don't know much knowledge about it. I don't have much knowledge about it.
Go ahead.
But yeah, that's all I really know about it. I remember they were doing this with a lot of their franchises like Contra, but not so much about Castlevania.
Hold on. All right.
Okay. You done?
Yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, I did hear about this game too, and I did hear, like, you know, obvious, you know, pretty much, you know, all rebirth and everything. So yeah, this is pretty much like a remastered version of, you know, the whole Castlevania series, and the music is actually pretty good. I'll give it that, even though never playing this game or like never hearing about it. I think until maybe like last month, but man, the music is actually pretty good. You know, they remastered a lot of the, you know, a lot of the, you know, Castlevania music that just, you know, after just never like being released in other Castlevania games. So yeah, but
especially.
Yeah, but then after that, at that point, you know, pretty much Konami, you know, really wanted to reboot the whole Castlevania series, and so, but at the same time, you know, with a lot of these Castlevania games, because, you know, they didn't really sell well because of the whole, you know, first-person genre, you know, skyrocketing since Modern Warfare 2, pretty much. But you know, they pretty much, you know, had a last attempt to pretty much, you know, keep the Castlevania train going. So they went to a Spaniard, a game company based on Spain called Mercury Steam. There we go. And pretty much, you know, they told them, like, you know, make us a Castlevania game, and we'll help you out pretty much. So pretty much Mercury Stream, got started at making a rebooted Castlevania game. And pretty much Konami was, keeping an eye on them pretty much, trying to see what they're doing and everything. But, they looked at the numbers and everything. They weren't interested in it. Much pulled the plug on the whole Castlevania thing, and they just told them to make them an original game. But I do believe that the Mercury Steam producer, the head producer, David Cox, pretty much gave him a test demo to Konami. So he literally flew over to their studio and, pretty much set up a meeting like, hey, I want to show you guys something. I need you guys to pretty much see. So Konami, sent over some of their head developers, just to see how this test demo is. And pretty much they showed the test demo. And, what's crazy about it is because one of the developers, get this, was none other than Hideo Kojima, the man behind the Metal Gear series. So he was very very happy about this test demo. He was so happy about it. He went up to David. David told him like, "Hey, I really like this demo. I want to help you guys out because this literally, I want to continue on for them to make an original game." So pretty much Kojima helped him out much, had some of his men from Kojima Productions go over to them and giving them advice of everything. And thus in 2010, October 5th of 2010, we got Castlevania Lords of Shadow. I have a very interesting history about this one, and I know it's not something. It's still kind of Castlevania related because of how me coming across this game pretty much. So when I saw the trailer for this game, I was so hyped about it, But at the time, I didn't have any money. I had no job, pretty much, and because I was just kind of I was going through some things, but hey. But which was funny was that I ran into my first ex one day. Oh. And yeah, so brief story, when I started freshman year, we kind of started as friends and everything, and eventually I told her that I had feelings for her. So we fell in love and everything, but one day she cheated on me with one of my best friends. So yeah, so a couple of years later, I ran into her again, and we're just doing small talk and everything, and she gave me her phone number and everything. So yeah, so I mean, I guess, but we exchanged numbers, and then the same day I believe the next day she called me and everything, and this was around November time, so it was almost close to her birthday. And then she called me saying are you very excited for your birthday? I'm like, yeah, I guess. And so I could get you a present if you want to. I'm over here thinking okay, get me Castlevania Lords of Shadows.
I would just ask her for $40 or $30 or whatever.
Right? I think I would have went the same way, but I just told her straight out buy me Castlevania Lords of Shadows. So she was gonna do it, but I guess she'll live with her parents. Her parents said no. So I'm like, god damn it. But she came to my house, and she surprises me with the game. I'm like, wow, you actually got it. How did you get it? And I stole from my parents. I'm like, what the like, what the heck?
Take it back.
I was all like, okay. So it's like, after that, I just never talked to her again.
I kind of don't blame you for that. I really don't.
I was all like, I had nothing, like, if the cops ever come to me, I'm like, I had nothing to do with it, you know, she came to me, I didn't know that money was stolen. But anyway, Castlevania Lords of Shadows, actually stars another new Belmont by the name of Gabriel Belmont and stuff. Pretty much Gabriel Belmont he's from the Brotherhood of Light, to the Lake of Oblivion, where he avenged his deceased wife Mary, who pretty much was killed by the Lords of Shadows, pretty much. And the game resembles a lot of God of War, and I don't know what happened. I really liked this game, but it really did remind me a lot of God of War and stuff. I didn't play it fully. I think I played it up to I forgot. I think it was the that one cave part of the game or something like that. I really don't remember. But I do remember one time I was so curious at one point that I actually, YouTubed the ending. And apparently Gabriel Belmont turns into a vampire.
Ooh.
So this is the first Belmont that actually is a vampire. And surprise, surprise, he's Dracula.
What a twist!
So it's like, what a twist, exactly. Like I just, after seeing that, I'm like, no, they can't do that. Like, no, in no way they can't do that. Like, a Belmont as Dracula, they can't do that. I was so mad that at that point I did hate the game because of the ending. But I mean, eventually, I did like the game for its gameplay and everything, but I hated the ending. All of a sudden, you're Dracula. Like, what the hell?
It was all a dream.
It was not all a dream. Just letting you know. A lot of people were pissed about this ending because they believe a Belmont should not be Dracula. So it's like, what the hell? Like, what the hell happened there? But anyway, Castlevania Lords of Shadows, I mean, it was a good game. I just did not like the ending. I thought Gabriel good, like one of the better Belmont, but after seeing that ending, I just like, what the hell. But I mean, it did receive some favorable reviews, some pretty much mixed opinion reviews about the whole game. But I mean, I liked it for what it was, but the ending just kind of, no, I'm never going to play this game again because of it. So yeah.
When I'm playing this game, I'm skipping all the cutscenes.
For real. I mean, the cutscenes were really great, it was really like a revamped version of Castlevania. I love the gameplay. I love it. It wrote like a very good character, but it's just that ending was just like, what the hell? I don't really know. But Ghostman, have you played Lords of Shadow?
Lords of Shadow. Let me let me just check real quick.
All right, that's fine.
I swear to God, it reminds me of this game. I'm doing a Let's Play of it on my channel right now, though, but it just reminds me of just like the ending of that game. I won't spoil it for you, but it's similar.
Oh, the Konami game. Ooh, boy.
What the heck?
I hated the ending. I'll say that right now. I hate the ending.
Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead, Ghostman.
I like that Kojima worked on. What interesting enough is actually Kojima worked on this game actually. If nobody knows, so Kojima worked on that game, and this was his first time ever working on the Castlevania series. The only thing I didn't like was, oh my gosh, dude, I didn't like the ending. Why would you turn this dude, a Belmont, into a vampire? Why?
It's a twist. It's a twist, so it's good.
A stupid twist.
No, it has sentimental meaning behind it because this guy who you think is good is not good.
Replacing the main. That's like saying you're replacing the main character with a popsicle.
Hey, you clearly haven't played The Witch's House.
But keep going, Ghost Man.
It still makes no sense to me, like, why they did it. I don't know what Kojima was smoking, but it sure wasn't the good stuff. It was, like, the bad stuff.
This is the reason why Konami went downhill, was because of this ending.
Apparently, it really did. Because, I mean, after that, I guess we just got 2 other Lords of Shadow games, which is Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate and Lords of Shadow 2.
Lords of Shadow 2 was, don't forget about the 3DS game. There was a 3DS game also.
Yeah, Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate, yeah.
It was a weird game, actually, and it's really weird.
Yeah, so pretty much at that point, this is where, I guess, yeah, since, you know, the last game where, you know, Gabriel Belmont turns into a vampire eventually, pretty much being Dracula, so... Yeah. Have you played this game, though, Ghost Man?
Which one?
The Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate for 3DS.
Oh, it's not really, but I've seen, like, some footage of it, and I did not like it. I did not like how the footage looked. It looked really weird to me. It didn't look like a traditional Castlevania game. It just looked like RPG or something.
Yeah, so... Pretty much, you know, gameplay, the players assume the role of Gabriel Belmont and his son, hey, get this, Trevor Belmont from Dracula's Curse, hey, and then
his dad's a vampire.
And his grandson, get this, Trevor Belmont's son, hey, get this, Simon Belmont.
Oh, we're getting seriously meta here.
and guess who? You know, I'll give you a hint. It's Dracula spelled backwards. Alucard.
Oh. You think there's a reason for all of this?
So, okay. This one was pretty much a follow-up to Lord of Shadow 2. I'm just saying this now. It's really weird because apparently Trevor Belmont becomes a vampire. Thus, guess who he becomes? Alucard.
Oh. Is this a fan fiction?
No, it's not a fan fiction. This is a...
Oh my god! Oh my god, fanfiction is canon!
But later on, Konami did dismiss the Lords of Shadow series as non-canon, so we're good.
Okay. 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 I don't have to enter the stupid clip of my friend saying fanfiction is canon. Okay. So anyway.
But yeah, so a lot of people were pissed about this whole change. You know, the way they're doing this. A lot of people were pissed. So I mean,
do you blame them for it?
I blame this. This is actually what put the Castlevania series on limbo for a very, very long time. So, Lords of Shadows 2 came out in 2014 for was it for the last gen consoles for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 and stuff. So it pretty much was a continuation of Mirror Fates. This is when Gabriel Belmont, aka and his son Trevor Belmont, aka Dracula, you know, they're pretty much waging a war against the Brotherhood of Light. Brotherhood Belmont was in, so now they're waging war against him and everything. So then pretty much are made where it would Dracula to sleep but not permanently kill him. So pretty much Dracula, or Gabriel Belmont, I don't really know, I'm just gonna say Gabriel Belmont. So pretty much fast forward into the future, present time. Oh boy. So Dracula awakens into this weird world of like technology and all this stuff. So pretty much guess eats.
Oh no.
The devil her.
Oh no.
Stayed in himself.
Oh.
So yep.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah, I haven't played the game. I did see some gameplay of it because I was just very curious where they continued on with the Lords of Shadow series. So it's just Shadow pretty much put the whole Castlevania series on limbo. And pretty much with the departure of Igarashi, well, not the first creator of Castlevania. I wanted to from the first part of the that no one created the Castlevania much. It was there was just joke cards where pretty much they included like spoof names from the Bram Stoker novel, and so pretty much Igarashi was the one who took over cast during the 2000s and stuff. So in 2014 company, and after that Konami just wasn't the juggernaut before, especially after the controversy of Konami treating him and his friend like crap while Metal Gear Solid 5. So at that point, Konami, I don't know, the last game they did was Metal Gear Solid Survive.
Basically another Call of Zombies.
Yeah, except that name Metal Gear, just not really Metal Gear game. But they kind of just focused on making the slot machines in Japan and everything and all that. But
here's hoping that Smash Ultimate brings more hype to Konami.
Wait, what are we talking about now? Are we like getting off topic or something?
We're gonna actually talk about the Kickstarter she had.
Oh.
I believe it was. So I believe he had uploaded a video on YouTube pretty much saying that, hey, I'm creating this me out in this Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, the what's it called? The game?
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting part about it is they actually made a Kickstarter. If you like filled it up, there's a Curse of the Blood or something, Curse of the Moon. Yeah. And it's like an old style. It's like in the old graphics. It's like an old style Castlevania game. And I thought it was really interesting because like it's like $20 on your stores and stuff. But I heard it's pretty good from what I've heard.
Yeah, I heard it was actually pretty good. I never played them. It's just like I don't know. I look at it and I know it's like really you should try it out and everything. But I mean, but from what I've heard that this game pretty much this takes the premise of excuse me, 3, where you can pretty much select any characters and stuff like that. Now I don't really know that much, so I'll go into detail. But after even and then pretty much after that, Konami made a deal with Netflix, and they told Netflix was very interested in the Castlevania, for excuse me, for Konami, pretty much. They asked them like, "Hey," Konami said, "Yeah, go ahead." I believe the first. So Netflix went with producer Adi Shankar, who was pretty popular in making the reboot of Judge Dredd. Yeah, you've seen that movie, right?
I haven't seen the movie. I've seen the Cinema Wins version of it though, but I hear it's really good.
What happened?
I haven't seen that movie, but I've seen the Cinema Wins version of it though. Cinema Wins is just basically the opposite of Cinema Sins. They praise movies, and I seen that video and I heard it was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So to making the Castlevania Netflix series, his direction was very interesting. He actually wanted to make an anime version of Castlevania, so Netflix was okay with it. So what they wanted to do was pretty much experiment. Were people still interested in Castlevania after so many years of being in limbo? So
yes.
Pretty much what he did was only make a 4-episode season, and it was released in July 7th of last year, and it was good. The show was it was actually really good. The great, the animation and everything. Pretty much the series is pretty much a adaptation of Castlevania 3. I was trying to find the word. Adaptation of Castlevania 3. So pretty much the main character was Trevor Belmont, where same premise as in Castlevania. So yeah, pretty much along the way he meets up with Sypha and Alucard. But the only problem, there was no Grant. It was the pirate that I mentioned that could pretty much anything. So you pretty much and a human scientist, but I guess I branded her as a witch and everything, and that she was executed by burning at the stake and everything, and then Dracula, wasn't. So pretty much same premise as Dracula 3. 4 episodes. It was all great.
Nice, and I hear it's getting
great.
Oh, go ahead.
Hello?
Oh, I was just about to say that's nice. That's really nice, and I hear it's getting a second season.
Well, yeah, it already had that later, but yeah. So only had 4 episodes. The last episode pretty much ended where Trevor, fought with Alucard, and pre-plot was he feels like he's a vampire. I had to kill him because he does it. He learned that Alucard wasn't the same like his father, pretty much. So they teamed up to try to take down Dracula, and that's pretty much how it ended. And in the cliffhanger. So I wanted more. Only 4, but so that they confirmed his second season. So that's actually wait for the next. But with that, what was there about Castlevania, about the game? Nothing. Still nothing about any a new Castlevania game whatsoever. So, like in the beginning of this whole conversation, was about Smash Brothers. Resurrecting Kid Icarus and Mega. With the inclusion of Mega Man and. All right, when was the direct when those two characters announced?
All right.
You mean for Simon and Richter? Wait, are we going straight into Simon and Richter into Smash, or are we just going?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on real quick. But the one thing I want to mention, Castlevania Ritual of the Night. So if nobody knows, the game will not be coming out until next year. The reason why is because you know how people on Kickstarter are like, yo, give me your money and we will not give you a product. They take your money and just leave it like Mighty Number 9, of course. And Yooka-Laylee, I guess, but I don't know how Yooka-Laylee plays, but a lot of people don't like it as much as fans are doing.
It's a B-grade platformer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what people have been telling me is, the developer of the game, he actually cares. He actually wants to make an amazing game like Castlevania. So he said, please wait about a year. We're trying to make the best experience that we can for all of our fans. And that's why they wanted to delay it, because he even said that he was going to release it, but he said that he wanted to actually work on it more. So the game.
Rose fan?
My bad. I was talking. So.
But yeah.
Other than that, he really wants to make the best Ritual of the Night experience ever, and I honestly totally commend him for that. And the sad part is, for anybody who still plays the Vita, I'm really sad for all you, because the Vita version got canceled, but there must have been a reason why, because he actually, no, the reason why he said was because they were discontinuing Vita cartridges and the service next year, so he couldn't do anything about it. So he did actually tell the reason why. But he did say that he'll give people refunds and they can pick another version if they like for free. They don't have to pay an extra charge for the backers. But I honestly have faith that this person that the creator of the Castlevania series is really trying to make the best type of Castlevania game he's ever made. He's really wanting to make this game great.
Yeah,
and I totally understand him for that. I'm really excited to see how the game plays next year. It's going to be on every single console. It's going to be on PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. So if anybody wants to get their hands on it, you'll be able to play on every single device possible, and PC, of course. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, that's something I cannot wait. But
we go back to the Konami days. Should we talk about the characters first, or should we talk about the new re-release?
Hold on, because actually we need to talk about the Smash Direct from August 8th. So August, from the beginning, talked about was, in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, they resurrected, Pit, because, we haven't heard from another Kid Icarus game since the 80s, pretty much. So, since the inclusion of Pit, they released a game on the 3DS, which is Kid Icarus Uprising. And then when Smash 4 came out, they announced Mega Man, because Mega Man has been stuck in limbo as well with the cancellation of Mega Man Legends 3 and some other Mega Man game I don't remember about, but apparently you could play as Ryu in there. I was really hyped up about it, but, they canceled that game. But, after that, they just pretty much crucified Mega Man, as what a lot of people say, Capcom. And with the inclusion of Mega Man in Smash 4, this pretty much resurrected the whole Mega Man series, making 2 legacy collections from the Classic series and the X series. And eventually they made a new game called, Mega Man 11, a new addition to the Mega Man Classic series. The Direct of August 8th of 2018 the trailer. First thing that they did. They had Death kill Luigi.
Just
Yeah, that was sad. I was like, oh, poor Luigi, man.
Can I just say a thing about that though? Just the way they opened up that freaking trailer was perfect. Because they start off in a Luigi's Mansion thing. He's going around. He's just wandering around, having no clue what's going on, just completely overwhelmed. I mean, I like you, Luigi, but this castle is a creature of chaos. It's too much for you. And just to see Luigi just get obliterated by the Grim Reaper himself, it's just, that's the kind of stuff that sticks with you.
But after that, as soon as Death was gonna consume Luigi, something hits him. It was a whip with a morning star. It was a cloaked man. The man pulls out his cloak, and who was it? Simon Belmont. Yes. Oh my god. I had no words. I was like, what the hell just happened? Like, oh my god, vampire killer hit. Oh my god, dude. It was just...
That was perfect.
It was perfect, dude. They showed off his gameplay and everything. And then they skipped, and then they, made another scene where he's going up the stairs, just like in the castle, in the classic games, where he's going up the stairs trying to fight Dracula.
And then the music, dun 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 dun, just like the first Castlevania game, which is crazy.
Yeah, and then freaking as soon as the battle of Dracula does his little cheap ass fire pillars and everything. And there was a fireball coming towards Simon Belmont, but something stops it. Who was it? Oh my God! It's another guy using a whip. It's Richter.
You don't belong in this world, monster!
It was Richter Belmont, and then freaking Divine Bloodlines hit. I'm like, Castlevania's back. Castlevania is back.
Once again, it just shows that Sakurai cares more about the third-party franchises than their owners do.
You have to give it a Sakurai though, like, the crazy thing is, like, it's so hyped to see all these details, and he even mentioned, like, the background, and that, oh yeah, Dracula, there's no doubt in my mind that Dracula's gonna be a boss in the new adventure. Oh my goodness, Dracula looks amazing. The details, you can even see in the back of the stage all of the small details. Like, you could see freaking Wolfman, you could see Medusa, you can see the face, and Death himself. There's so many references. And the fact that Castlevania has 36 songs, and
34.
they have a bunch of remixes. 34 songs is amazing. It's so much. And even Sakurai and his team said they really had a lot of fun doing the remixes. But the crazy thing to me is, like, all the attention to detail Sakurai did with the Castlevania series. Like Richter and Simon's Final Smash is Grand Cross, and it looks crazy good.
Mm-hmm.
You could definitely you could tell they had a blast when they were making it. There's a point though where Richter froze his holy water, and then it starts raining, which is a reference to the the holy water. I forgot what it's called, but you know what I mean.
Rondo of Blood.
What a lot of people don't know is so the funny thing is, the voice actor for Richter Belmont in Smash Ultimate is the same voice actor for Robin. A lot of people don't know about that.
What?
I did not know that.
I did not know that from Teen Titans.
Robin from Smash Ultimate.
Oh,
Robin,
I thought. Okay. Oh, but damn, dude.
That's still hype.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Robin's voice actor from the Fire Emblem series is Richter's voice, and the thing about Richter's voice is, his voice is the same. That's the same voice actor from. If you guys don't know, there was a remake for Castlevania Rondo of Blood called The X Chronicles.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier.
And yeah, that it was a good remake, but it was very different compared to the other games. But that's the voice actor that they had for Richter, and that they brought back his voice actor from him. it's just interesting to see that the voice actor actually voiced the Fire Emblem character. I just thought that was interesting that the same voice actor is playing two characters in Smash.
Yeah.
Hydra Storm. That's what I was thinking of. Hydra Storm.
Hydra Storm. Yeah, there you go.
But yeah,
Yeah, but-
that is crazy. I mean, it's not uncommon for
It's
voice
kinda
actors
crazy.
to do multiple roles in game stuff, but oh, I never would have guessed that one.
It's kind
Yeah.
of crazy though how much love they put in the Castlevania series, and oh my goodness. Also, Alucard is an assist trophy. Wow.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And I like the detail when, at the beginning of Dracula's boss fight, before he gets up from his chair, he breaks his wine glass.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I didn't know that. Wait, he does that? Oh shit, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, before his boss fight in Ultimate, though, that he breaks his wine glass and gets immediately up, though. I mean, how many wine glasses does he go
does the same
through?
exact pose like in the game too. Wait, quick question. What's his design from? Because his design looks very similar in Ultimate. Like, it looks like. Is this actually? No, it's not the X Chronicles. It's definitely not. But
It's kind of like a newer version of Rondo of Blood, pretty in a way.
interesting.
Symphony
Yeah.
of the Night,
So
I
I
think?
wonder if in the story mode, Richter and Simon have a big part in it. Like, I really hope we get some voice acting for those characters because I feel like, oh my gosh, dude, there's like a bunch of Castlevania references. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention. If you guys don't notice, in the Spirits mode, there's a bunch of stickers for Castlevania characters. There's even Simon's new design, the one with the red hair. They actually had that as one of the spirits, which is pretty interesting.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Please have Dracula's Castle be a legal stage.
They probably will because stage others will be off.
Yeah.
I want to see the aesthetics, and I
Also
want to
the
listen to the
remixes.
music in tournament.
No, can I just say how beautiful the remixes of the new Smash Ultimate renditions of the Castlevania music is, like, really good. The newest one they released is, oh my goodness, it's so good.
It's the boss battle from Symphony of the Night, I believe, from, like the beginning.
Yeah, I think it was at the beginning, but oh my goodness, it sounds exactly. I like listened to both of the games because I used to play a lot of Symphony of the Night. It was crazy. Like, it sounded almost the exact same, but with those instruments. You don't even know. It's amazing how all these songs are orchestrated really well and how much time and effort they put into it. It's crazy to me that we have a character like this in Smash.
Especially
And-
that small little demo of Bloody Tears and Monster Ball, I believe was
I
it
wanna-
called?
We haven't listened to the full
Yeah, I
version
think so.
of we haven't listened to the full version of Richter's theme though. Divine I want to hear a full version of Divine Bloodlines. I really want to listen to that full version. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Hey,
But,
I did too.
But it's so crazy to me that I'm so glad we got Richter and Simon because we also got Snake back as well. We got 3 Konami reps now in Smash.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really wonder. I really didn't expect them to do an Echo Fighter for Richter. So when I saw Richter, I'm like, oh shoot, are you kidding me? But I guess it kind of makes a lot of sense because Richter is kind of like the same proportion to Simon, and they're very similar to what they were back in the day. So I guess it makes sense. The only thing that Richter can do now, though, compared to what he could do in the old games, in Smash, he can whip in all directions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is crazy too is that you could flick around with your whip like in Super Castlevania 4.
Now it's all skill dependent. You're not restricted.
Richter's like one of those characters. Like I'm definitely gonna play. Like Richter is definitely somebody I really want to play.
Yeah, and it was crazy though because if I thought for the longest time since they revealed Richter Belmont, even though I do love Richter because Rondo Blood, Dracula X was one of the few Castlevania games that I first played. I feel like it could have. I felt like the hardest. I could have felt like they could have added Trevor Belmont too.
I
We
mean,
could have, but I feel like Sakurai wanted to prioritize making 2 of the most iconic Castlevania characters in Smash because I think Sakurai. I think honestly Sakurai's a huge fan of the Castlevania series.
oh,
I
he
think
is.
so.
He is.
I think he wanted Richter in because he used to play the Richter games as well. And here's the thing that a lot of people don't know.
the original version of Rondo of Blood was only exclusive to Japan. Only exclusive.
Yeah.
And Sakurai likes a lot of the old franchises. So it must have been amazing when Sakurai was talking to Konami, because I think this is how it went down. I think when Sakurai saw the Smash ballot, he was like, you know what? Let's try to get Snake back. And Konami probably was like, we'll let you use Snake if you don't use Kojima, which is sad, I'm not gonna lie, but hey, we got Snake back. But the other thing is, I think Sakurai or either Konami, I don't know which one would have asked first, but I feel like one of them said there's two possibilities. Either Konami was like, we'll let you put Snake back in on one condition, if you can bring in Simon and Richter. Or I think this is more of a Sakurai thing. I think when they wanted to get Snake, Sakurai asked, yo, can we use Simon and Richter as well, since we're partnering up with you for Smash again? And Konami probably must have been like, sure, if we don't do anything with these characters, you can use them. That's probably like how it went down.
Yeah, and then after that, it's just, 34 soundtracks. Sakurai must love freaking Castlevania, dude. Like him taking this time to remix all these beautiful Castlevania songs, the detail to the characters, bringing in some of the from the Castlevania games like Carmilla, the Wolfman, the Frankenstein monster, Dracula. And get this, there was when they revealed Dracula's shadow, there was actually a shadow, but no one knew who it was. If you freeze it, it's actually Kid Dracula.
That's a very Sakurai choice.
He also found out that Kid Dracula was also from Spirits. It is also Spirit in Spirits mode.
Yeah.
It figures, though. They would show off all these dark and brooding aesthetics, though, and then just throw Kid Dracula in, though, just for the heck of it.
I was like, let's just throw Kid Dracula in there for what not.
It's kind of crazy to me, though, how much Sakurai puts so much attention to detail. That's the thing that I love about this man. He puts so much detail. Even the smallest thing he probably wants to put in. Like, even the stances for Simon and Richter are the exact same.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I think
like
it's even...
that...
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think it's
no,
like,
you go ahead.
I think it's even said like Sakurai has people have asked him on multiple occasions, hey Sakurai though, do the people you work with though, are they fans of Nintendo? It says, oh heck yes, I get suggestions from them all the time. I wouldn't be surprised if half of those suggestions were from the team.
So maybe do you think the team wanted to work on the castle? Oh yeah, he did say that the music team really they had a lot of fun making the renditions for Castlevania. Oh yeah, no, they said that their music, it was very popular upon their music team. Like he said that in the direct. They like it's kind of crazy that that team actually really liked Castlevania, and like all of them made like 36 tracks, and I'm like, for sure, like some of those tracks are obviously going to be like old school 8-bit renditions of some of the songs. Like I think that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to have the old songs, and they're going to have a bunch of the old new ones. It's just it's just crazy to me, like, after Castlevania being on such a long hiatus, that it just comes back in a huge fashion. Especially after the abomination that was that freaking pachinko machine.
That's we don't talk about that.
That commercial, man, was really weird. That commercial was really weird.
And I think we could thank the one person we could thank for kind of bringing those two characters to Smash Brothers was way to bring back Castlevania.
Luigi died for our sins.
Luigi died for Konami's sins.
Rest in peace.
So beautiful, man.
It was so great, dude.
Rest in peace, Luigi.
Rest in peace for sure. But I mean,
man. That Castlevania music, dude. There's gonna be so much Castlevania.
I just want the game to release at this point, so I could listen to the freaking beautiful music, dude. I think one music I am also looking forward to is Beginning, from which originated from Castlevania 3. That one song that played.
Oh my gosh! Oh, you have to mention Beginning in front of my face. Oh, please,
I really hope they remixed it. I really hope they remixed the beginning. I really hope, dude. Oh my gosh, beginning is such a good song.
It is, and it needs a lot of love because it really never got that much Castlevania games. So I feel like with Smash Brothers Ultimate, I was like when they revealed the songs, I literally had to pause and read all the songs. When I saw beginning, I'm like, fuck yes, hell yeah, let's freaking go. I was all like, fuck yeah, man. I really want to listen to the soundtrack already, dude. I cannot wait for this damn game to come out at this point.
Castlevania has so many amazing songs, and the fact that we're gonna be like listening to all it. Also, we can't lie though. Metal Gear's got a bunch of it too, so there's gonna be more than a lot for a lot of these Konami franchises. But oh my gosh, I can't wait.
I can't wait at all. Kind of sad to see that
more.
Bomberman is this trophy, but oh well.
Yeah.
We'll talk a lot more about what we think about Smash in a future video. We'll be doing another discussion.
Like we'll do like a first impressions videos once the game comes out.
Well, we'll just talk about like a full review of the direct and like our thoughts on Ultimate in general, because there's a lot to talk about that game that we have not discussed. But
yeah,
we're gonna get to it probably sometime this week or maybe next week. We don't know yet.
Yeah, but anyway, after that, this is what pretty much again everyone demanded a Castlevania game to come out. Everybody wanted a HD legacy collection or something.
Yeah, like a collection.
Yeah. I to 2018. Konami did reveal that they were gonna do a somewhat of a collection, not really a collection, because it only included.
It was like Divine. What was it called again? The collection.
It was Requiem, Castlevania Requiem.
So basically. Ernest, I'll let you speak.
But pretty much Castlevania Requiem was released on October 26th of 2018. The same time
perfect time for Halloween.
Yeah, perfect time, and also it was the same day that season 2 of Castlevania, the Netflix Castlevania, had come out. So pretty much Requiem only has 2 games, and the only thing that I did not like was that it only released for the PS4. Even though I do own a PS4, I would have liked it for other people to play it, if they had the Xbox and the Switch. Yeah.
Why did it come to Switch?
Yeah, and that's what kind of like got me really mad. Like, why didn't this come out on the Switch? Just the PS4. Even though I was happy, like, oh, okay, it's coming out on the PS4, but I would really love for other people to play it like on the Switch because it makes sense, Simon Richter Belmont are in Smash Brothers.
A lot of people don't know. The thing about Castlevania that a lot of people don't know is the series is kind of niche. And it needs a broader audience. I feel like Castlevania needs to be on more consoles. It needs to be on Xbox One, PS4, and Switch. But it's really weird to me because I have a feeling, though, after this collection, I think it did pretty well. I feel like Konami will do an exclusive Switch collection that includes all of the old school games that they released on the Super Nintendo or something like that. Because it's just weird to me that Konami released 2 games that were only like on other consoles other than Nintendo's. It's just weird to me. Like, I think for sure they can. Like, a lot of people want those games too, yeah. Especially Rondo of Blood because it's never been released outside of Japan. But I think people want to see like Castlevania 1, 2, 3, especially Super Castlevania. People want to see that game get re-released again. Like Super Castlevania 4 is considered like one of the best Castlevanias.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like eventually the Switch will get that collection that people have been wanting. Speaking of collections, we'll probably talk about this in another video, but hey, Konami, if you're listening, please give us a Metal Gear Solid collection. Please. Please, I beg you, please.
I mean, I know we did get them like on the PS3 and like Xbox 360, but I feel like we need one for the PS4. We need those games on the PS4 as well. But I mean, yeah, I do agree with Ghostman. They should have had the Requiem collection. Not only that, again, the Requiem consisted of Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night and stuff. I got the game and everything. I'm currently streaming Rondo of Blood at the moment. Right now I'm at the final stage.
Please check out his channel at ESPN Noza 24, please. That's his Twitch.
Yeah, ESPN knows X24. He'll probably the game I will.
Yeah, well,
No worries, got it covered.
Okay, but I felt like, you know, they could have added more. They could have at least added the first 3 Castlevania games. I mean, I would get, you know, they wouldn't include Super Castlevania 4 because, hey, it's came out on Super Nintendo and stuff like that. But I do want a re-release of, you know, Super Castlevania 4. I really do, because
like
Super Castlevania 4 is my game of all time.
Like,
And-
honestly, maybe just release all the Castlevania games. Well, maybe not the PS2 ones. I'm just saying, like, release Castlevania 1. I hate to say it, but probably 2 as well. 3. Add 4, Rondo of Blood, and Symphony of the Night. And there's your collection. If you put all those games in one package for, like, all consoles, then I think a lot of people would be happy.
Mhm.
You just can't include 2 games without the other ones, especially Super Castlevania 4.
Mhm.
Heck, while you're at it, add Dracula X, add the other version of the game. Nothing's stopping you.
Yeah, we need a full force collection with all of those Castlevania ones
I
that
feel
really
like-
matter to the Belmont legacy, pretty much.
I feel like Konami will do a collection like that. They'll probably be like, you know what? Let's release a collection, and if it sells well, we'll make another Castlevania game. And I honestly really want them to make another Castlevania game.
And yeah,
Even though
that's
Konami's scummy, even though they're scummy, I really want them to do another one.
yeah, and yeah, I too like yeah. They released this, see how it was gonna do well in sales and everything, and yeah, well, we'll see, you know, and
Heck,
everything.
look at Mega Man 11. The game sold really well.
Yeah, it really did. It really did. And it was thanks because of the Legacy Collection of the Classic Series and the X Series. Yeah.
Hey, Konami, you should make a new X game.
Capcom? You mean?
Capcom, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, after that, you know, season 2 of whoa, who left?
Go ahead.
Oh, but anyway, after that, you know, season 2 of Castlevania, it was such a huge hit. It was just really great. So now it's 8 episodes at this point.
So now where we're at in the Castlevania series at the moment?
Yeah,
We're
talking about season 2 of Castlevania.
Yeah, we're now stuck on the Netflix series. And also, please, nobody hate me for saying this, but I still have not watched the Castlevania series. I still haven't watched the first season. But a lot of
you're
friends
not
told me to
alone.
wait for the second season, so I may as well just watch the series maybe this week or something like that.
You gotta get on it, man.
hey, if you, me, and the others want to watch the Castlevania series again, I'd be down.
Yeah.
I like watching other people.
I tell you this. What about how do you got to do?
How about later this week? I'll be
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, I'd be down too. Later this week for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm very interested. I like Castlevania, so why not? I'll watch this Netflix series.
Yeah.
But real quickly though, how does the Netflix series differ from the games?
All right. So differences between, you know, the games. I mean, it had the same premise, the same plot and everything. They made a few changes, but they're not really noticeable because it's still that great, even though with all these like really.
So it's actually a great series compared to people making like subpar series. That's pretty interesting that Konami would do that, especially since they don't care.
Yeah. And
Wait,
these changes
is it made by Konami or is it made by a different company in general?
it's made by Netflix. It's made by Adi Shankar.
That's kind of interesting though.
Yeah.
So how many? Has there been any thing from season 2 that's gonna say that there's gonna be a season 3 to the Castlevania series, or is it just gonna end off at 2 seasons?
No, they already confirmed that there's going to be a season 3 next year. So the way it ended too. Yeah, there's definitely going to be.
So they do like a Castlevania season every single year, basically.
Yeah, that's what they do a lot with their other shows.
Is that
Right.
what? So season 1 ended last year, if I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, season 2 was just great. Again, since you're planning on watching it, I won't spoil it much. That one scene on episode 7 where they pretty much go into Dracula's castle, and you can literally hear
Dun, dun, dun,
that.
dun, 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 dun.
Not that song. But there is a Castlevania song that does come out, but I'm not gonna spoil it.
They remixed some of the Castlevania music into the. Ooh, interesting. I like it.
Well, not really. They only did just that one scene. So
Is the beginning?
no, you're gonna have to wait and see.
Okay.
Yeah, but after that, a lot of success, and now it's confirmed. Uh, After that, yeah.
Yeah.
At that
the Cas-
at that point, the Castlevania gonna shape up. Richter and Simon being in Smash Bros.
So all that's next for the Castlevania series is the launch of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is next month.
Mm-hmm.
So
And we
it
can
should
literally,
be
we can,
interesting.
yeah, we can literally look forward to the future of it. If another
I guess-
Castlevania game coming out next year, like you mentioned, and yeah, exciting. But
Here's hoping that Konami shapes up eventually.
exactly. I hope they learn from their lesson and give shit
I'm
to
not.
their head developer.
It's kind of sad though when the Castlevania series has more life in it than Metal Gear. That's kind of the sad part.
Mhm.
Because I really don't know if Konami can do anything really interesting with the Metal Gear series anymore since Kojima left. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't think.
I just think the series needs to be left alone, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, but I mean that's a well.
But
well
there's a new movie for Metal Gear coming out that the dude has learned from the source material, but it's looking to be really good.
yeah, but other than that, Castlevania future looking to shape up ever since formation of Simon.
Do you think there might be?
Belmont.
Wait, hold up. Do you think there might be some Easter eggs on the Castlevania stage? Like
Oh,
maybe.
heck yeah.
Oh, think about it. Like maybe let's go into speculation talk about this, but there could be some really cool Easter eggs that they could do for the Castlevania series. Like, maybe when they're on their stage, Richter will say some lines, or maybe they'll have their own conversations with other characters or something like that.
Well, I'm
But
not sure if
there's
they'll go
one
that
cool
far.
detail that you guys don't know is that when Richter uses his final smash, he says the name of the character. Like he goes, Mario, Grand Cross, or like Incineroar, Grand Cross. Like he says it for every single character,
Does he?
which is crazy. Simon does the same thing too.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, if you notice it, he actually says the name of the characters too. Like it's pretty freaking awesome.
Bayonetta, Grand Cross.
Dr.
06
Mario,
Samus, Grand Cross.
Dr. Mario, Grand
But
Cross.
I thought it was a really cool touch. But I think there's more that he says other than that. But where I'm going with this speculation talk is that in the spirits mode, where everybody literally gets evaporated, we'll talk about that all the time. Is that once I think there's gonna be a fight, and I think they're honestly gonna do it. I don't think Sakurai's stupid enough not to do it. There's gonna be a cutscene in Smash Ultimate where Richter is going to go up to the castle and Simon's like with him, and then Richter, and then there's the whole conversation from Rondo of Blood's gonna happen, and Richter's gonna be like, "Die, monster! You don't belong in this world." And then the whole boss fight starts after Dracula like gets up again. I really feel like that's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Like, I just feel like it would be such a missed opportunity not to do it. I think it's gonna be with Richter, and they're gonna do that whole line. It's gonna be a really cool cutscene though if that happens.
Yeah.
But anyway, do you guys want to wrap this video up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've talked about everything Castlevania.
Yeah. So, final thoughts.
It's a good
The
series.
future-
Go play it.
Play the series. Go play it.
Please play the collection that came in on PS4 if you have a PS4, or emulate it. Please, if you emulate it, please play Super Castlevania 4. It's a great game, Castlevania game to start with. I highly recommend you start off with that game.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. Like, even though it's a remake, really not missing much.
Yeah.
Start with Super Castlevania 4. Hell, Super
It's
Castlevania
the
4 is
first
on
game
the.
in series. It's better. You can whip anywhere.
Yeah,
Great, please.
yeah, and like if not, you know, you don't want to emulate it, well, go buy a Super Nintendo or buy the Super Nintendo Mini.
Classic. Wait, then the Super Nintendo Classic? Is
Yeah,
it
Super
that? Yeah, you guys should definitely do that. I'm not kidding when I say that.
Just go
Yeah.
ahead. Just go ahead and do
Well,
that. Just don't play Lord of Shadows
more
for the
thing,
ending.
Don't
Okay,
play
wait,
Lords
one
of
more
Shadow
thing,
for
though.
the
So
ending.
there's been a lot of rumors going around that there could be a Nintendo 64 Classic Mini. Is there any chance that we think that they'll put on the Mini the Castlevania 64 games?
No.
I doubt
I
it.
don't-
No,
I don't think they will. But,
no,
you know,
they won't. It's sad to say, yeah, that they won't. But I mean, the
They were
NES class.
terrible games.
I know
They were
but
terrible games.
they were really terrible games. I mean, I don't think they're gonna include. Even though the first two Castlevania games were the NES Classic and Castlevania 4 being a Super Nintendo, yeah, I don't think they're gonna put in Castlevania 64 into it or
No.
Lord of Darkness.
Grab the wrong item. Oh, sorry, you're soft locked.
For real. But other than that, yeah, it's a very fun series. You'll enjoy it. You know, sometimes you'll rage about it and everything. Just really stay away from the really bad ones. And I could really name a few. Lords of Shadows 2, Dracula X, Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2.
No, play.
Just avoid.
No, play a modded version of it where it speeds up the text.
For real. Oh man. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and end video here. Any of you guys want to say any final words?
No, just that Castlevania's coming back, and I can't wait to see the future of the series.
And you, Mr. Game Guy?
Okay, so looking at the current stats and time we spent, the last video was about an hour and 50 minutes. We're currently at an hour and 25 minutes, so this discussion has gone on for basically 3 hours in total.
Oh God.
Wow.
Have fun listening to all of this.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a while until we do like a history of a game series. Other than
Well, there is one particular that we can do. Super Smash Brothers.
we can do that. I'm down for that. Whatever.
That would take a
There's
whole
only 4 games
week.
in the series, so.
A literal whole continuous week just to get for that entire series.
For real.
But our next discussion will probably be on Smash Ultimate's Direct and what we think about the game in general before it's released. That's probably our next discussion.
Yeah.
I have a few things I want to say to you guys after we're done with this, but yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that's it, everybody. Thank you guys again. And, you know, I want to leave off with this one little message. If you find a problem, whip it away.
Would be good. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.